Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Please excuse the fan in the background. It is actually quite warm in here right now. So today I'm going to be doing this smoky gray silver kind of neutral tone, not neutral, definitely a smoky eye. And I was using the Urban Decay Smoky palette, one of the naked palettes, the one with all the smoky colors. This has a bunch of cool tone, blue tone. This has a bunch of cool tone, blue tone, neutral colors, great for a smoky eye. Make sure that if you like this look to hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any suggestions on either how to improve my technique or other looks that you'd like to see. Leave it in the comments. So I'm not going to hold you up. If you want to see how to get this look, make sure that you stay tuned and keep watching. And until next time, bye beauties. So we're going to start with a fresh face. I'm starting by using this sample of the Makeup Forever HD. I don't really see much of a difference between this and the HD that they had before. It's still a really nice full coverage foundation, or medium to full coverage. And this color is in 173. It's a tad bit dark, but I made it work. So I saw this trick on another girl's channel, I can't remember her name, but she took the beauty blender and kind of blended out any streaks that the brush may have left, and I kind of like the way it turned out. Now I'm using the Laura Mercier Cream Contour Kit in shade Deep 3. It's the only one that works on my skin complexion, so that's the one I use. So that's Dylan. Dylan, say hi. So now I'm just contouring my nose. Sorry, Dylan is in here with me, so you guys are gonna hear her. So then I'm taking a dual fiber brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk brush. It doesn't have a number on it. It came in a set, but it's a really nice brush. Good for blending out cream contour, getting rid of those harsh lines. That's pretty much all you're doing, even with the nose. So now I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Cool Tan, and I'm pretty much sculpting out where I want my contour to be. And I did kind of bring this a little low, but that's okay. I'm going to set everything and then use powder over it anyways. So now I'm using my beauty blender to blend out all of the edges and make sure that it's well blended all the way across my face. The color of this concealer is actually not that bright, so it doesn't do much brightening, it just kind of conceals. Now I'm pressing this Laura Mercier powder into my skin just to set my foundation. As you may be able to tell, I contoured underneath my chin and I forgot to blend it out, but I did get it later on. Ugh, it was so terrible. So for our eyes today, we're going to be using the Naked Smoky Eyes. This is one of the infamous Naked palettes. So it doesn't have a plain cream shadow or plain cream white shadow, so I use the NYX Vixen to set my primer. Then I went in with the color Combust, C-O-M-B-U-S-T. Hope I pronounced that right. And I use that as my transitional color. Then the second color I used was the color Password. It's like a deep gray, and I kind of used that to deepen my crease, and I went in with that as many times as I needed to get it as dark as I wanted it to be. And then I used the color Armor, but it wasn't dark enough, so then I went in with my ColourPop eyeshadow and in Liberty and put it all over my lid. So I kind of made it like a three-way thing. Then on my outer corners I used the color Black Market in the Smoky palette. First patting it on with a fluffy brush, and then taking a eyeshadow packing brush and placing it on my eyelid. Right there I was using a glitter mixing medium. The one that I used was by NYX, and I just added a gunmetal glitter to the center of my lid, just the center. Now I'm going to highlight. I'm using the Makeup Forever HD highlight in 173Y, and this is just to brighten under my eye and the center of my face. You'll also notice that it looks like it's really bright, but I have a way to fix that as well. I really like a bright under eye when you have dark shadows on your eyes. So I'm using the brush that I used to put on my foundation to just pat out the ultra lightness of it and to kind of blend out the edges. Now here I'm setting my under eye with the Wet n Wild duo. Can't remember what it's called, but this is in the color Dulce de Leche. I believe. I will have it in my description bar. But I'm just packing that on to kind of blend out the edges and make everything look good. Now I'm taking that blackout color and an angled eyeliner brush, and I'm adding, this is actually that black market shadow, and I'm adding that to my lower lash line. To my lower waterline, I'm using this Slide and Glide LA Girl Pro eyeliner, and it's in the silver color. It's so pretty. I like to go over it a couple of times because it is waterproof, but in order to get that color, you have to go over it a few times because it's in the waterline and your eyes water, and it doesn't really give it much of a chance to dry. So now I'm spraying my face with the Fix Plus. And then I'm moving on to lips. Here I'm using the Cork lip liner, and I had to choose between two liquid lipsticks. I was going between the Milani and the Stila. I ended up going with the Stila because it was more pale, although if you look at it at first it looks exactly the same. But it's not exactly the same. We all know it's not exactly the same. So the Stila one is actually a little more pale. When I use pale colors, I like to use a brown lip liner so that it blends better with my skin tone. This pairs super well with the color Cork by MAC. Cork is like my favorite lip liner of all time. Like, I've tried to find cheaper alternatives, but I just can't. I always find myself going back to this lip liner. Like, if you see it, I carry it in my purse. Like, I have to have one on deck, and if I lose it, I'm screwed. And that pretty much finishes up the look. I don't know what happened to the footage of my blush and contour and highlight, so I'll leave the description for that down below.